As ethanol producers continue to face economic hardships, USDA announces a $100 million grant program for American biofuel infrastructure designed to expand the availability and the sale of renewable fuels. RFA President and CEO Jeff Cooper joins us now with the latest. Thanks for joining us, Jeff. We're happy to have some good news to talk about, but we've got to get to what's happening right now. Where are we? How severe is the demand destruction currently facing your sector?
Well, thanks for having me, Christina. And you're right. Our demand destruction is serious right now, and we're actually seeing ethanol production about 50% lower today than it was just 6 or 8 weeks ago. So we do continue to struggle with very challenging market conditions. You know, this infrastructure program from USDA is good news, and we'll take any good news we can get right now. But we certainly have more pressing needs in the short term, and like I said, we still have about half the industry shut down today.
Yeah, well, when you talk about infrastructure changes, usually you're talking about months, if not years, to implement them. How do you see this Higher Blends infrastructure incentive program benefiting the industry, and why now? Why is this happening now, Jeff?
Well, this program that was announced by USDA is actually the result of a commitment that President Trump made last October. When he directed USDA to start working on this infrastructure program and create an infrastructure grant program. So, you know, here we are several months later, and USDA has done that and is beginning to roll that program out. So we're pleased to see that the administration is following through on that commitment. But it will be, you know, months, if not years, before these new pumps and tanks are put in at retail stations to help us distribute higher blends of ethanol like E15 and E85. This is a good program. It will cover about 50% of the cost for the retailers to put this equipment in. But again, that's down the road quite a ways, and we have more pressing, more immediate needs as we deal with the COVID-19 challenge.
Like keeping some of these plants open, for example, which translates to meals on families' tables in many cases. This is a step in the right direction, but like you said, there's an immediacy. What are you calling on right now, grassroots supporters of the renewable fuels industry?
Well, we're asking supporters of the industry to weigh in with their elected officials. We're an industry that supports about 350,000 jobs across the country. And as you mentioned, we've got a bunch of plants shut down right now, a bunch of workers who have been furloughed or are not working today. Our top priority is ensuring that we retain that workforce. These are highly skilled, highly trained workers, and we want them close by these plants so when market conditions improve, we don't have to go out and hire a bunch of new workers in the industry. We can ramp up production quickly and respond to increased demand. So that's been our top priority, and that's the sort of help we're asking for from the federal government, is just some assistance in ensuring we can retain that workforce.
Oh, we have some of the greatest ethanol producers in the world listening to you right now. Maybe they want to get involved. How can they support and participate in what you're doing?
Well, we have a lot of different ways that they can, and probably the easiest way is to just go to our website. We have a sort of form letter that's already prepared. They just enter their zip code, and it automatically fills out who their elected officials are and sends this letter to those officials for them. Or if they want to make it more personal, I mean, they certainly pick up the phone and get a hold of those congressional offices, call the governors, and just make them aware of what's happening in our industry today. I think our officials want to help. They just need to know what sort of help the industry is looking for and how best they can assist us.
And how to expedite that process. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you always keeping us up to date. President and CEO of the Renewable Fuels Association, Jeff Cooper, we appreciate your time.